So I have two holes that go from my garage to the outside, and you can clearly see the outside from the inside. So to fill them up, what I'm going to do is use Great Stuff. It's for gaps and cracks, and it expands, which is what I need. There is a different version for Windows that does not expand, and that's not what I need here. I need this to expand and fill the whole gap. And then once that stuff is in there, I'm just going to use wallboard joint compound. This stuff is going to go on the interior to match the finish that I have on the interior wall. So I've connected the dispensing straw to Great Stuff, and I'm about to put it inside the hole. And as you can see, I'm wearing my gloves and I'm also wearing goggles. This stuff is no joke. If it gets in your skin, it'll be impossible to remove it. So definitely safety first. So I've applied the Great Stuff in a can, and this is what it looks like after my application. I forgot to mention you should also have a paper towel ready so you can wipe off any excess, because you have to do it really fast because the stuff dries really fast, and once it dries you really can't do much more with it. So this is after the application of Great Stuff, and then I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours, come back to it, apply the joint compound, and then it'll look a lot better than this. So it's been 24 hours since the Great Stuff has had a chance to set, and it is pretty hard now. When I push on it, it pretty much pushes back. It's very rubbery, like a stiff rubber. So next I'm going to apply some wall joint compound, and we'll be back after I apply it. So I just applied some joint compound, and this is what the holes now look like. Once this dries, it's gonna look a whole lot better than what it was without the joint compound. And as you can see, the joint compound is very soft, and there's a trout that comes included. It just took me literally like 45 seconds to apply it, and like I said, once it dries, it's gonna look so much better than without it, and it's gonna be about the same level as the surrounding wall or around the hole. So this is what that hole looks like after we've applied the joint compound. Here's what it looks like from a little bit further away. I can apply a second coat of joint compound and then sand it down and then paint the whole wall, and then with that you won't be able to tell that there was a hole there. But this is in my garage, I don't really care, so I'm probably just gonna leave it like this, and that'll be the end of that story, and that's it. So this is what my wall looks like from the outside. The holes are sealed, and this stuff is very hard now. So I'm gonna apply some stucco patch that I just went and bought, and we'll see what happens. And the stucco patch, I'll just need to color it, and then it'll have the same texture as this, hopefully. And this is my first coat of stucco patch. I'm probably gonna let it dry, then come back and smooth it out a little bit. May have to do some paint touch up, and that yellow stuff is the Great Stuff, so now I need to remove that yellow stuff, which is gonna be an application of probably goof off that I actually have. So this is ending up being a lot more work than I thought, but it's all gonna be worth it. And from far, I mean, you can tell that it's there, but it's not too bad, so we'll see. So I used some goof off, but that really did not work as well as I had hoped. I mean, you can see some of it came off, but it's really not that good, or at least on this application. Usually it's really good stuff. So anyway, I think I will have to go ahead and paint this after all this stuff dries, and then yeah, and after I paint it, hopefully then it should blend in with the wall, and that's it. I mean, definitely not professional, but for DIY, not bad. I had a big hole, and I sealed it and patched it, and that's it. So here are my stucco patches that I did, and they're all dry now. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paint the wall. It's a little bright outside, but hopefully you can still see. I was lucky enough to have some of the old exterior paint that my contractor used, so I just mixed it up, and then I have a brush, and I'm just going to apply it, let it dry, and then hopefully these holes won't even be noticeable the next day. So I'm gonna get to it then. So I finished painting the holes, that I put some stucco on, and you can hardly even tell that there's something there. I mean, they're right there, and definitely looks a lot better than what it was. And this concludes the project. That's it, all done.